he has a lot of really good strings in the mid-range. Back 2-2-3 has a ton of range.
Ends with an overhead.
Ends with an overhead. Forward 2, if you use the butt of his sword, he advances a lot before going into it. I'm a big fan. He's got a big boot, a big leg. It's like Sweet Chin music. He's got a low combo starter. He does not have an overhead combo starter. So again, a theme with this game is characters have like a really good low overhead, but then the other one's not so great. So he'll use his standard hop attack.
What's up with that dial head back there, bro?
Goro's Lair. Yes.
Oh, one thing we didn't mention, we have added. We've been asked for it. More stages have been added. We got Goro's Lair here. Got a couple more as well. We will be having some background breakdowns. Always hard to say. Very soon. We were going to do it this week, but the guys who are going to do it are at GDC. So we'll get there.
So another one of his strings, I think it's one of his best range strings because it's super fast, is his forward 1. The downside is it starts with a high, so it'll lose to a down attack, but you can see it advances super fast. It just kind of slaps you. And this one is actually...
All right, Steve, just go as fast as you can.
A Crushing Blow. That leads to a pop-up if it counter hits. So that would mean at the mid-range, if you think they're going to throw out a slow attack, like maybe Sub-Zero is going to do his back 2, you go ahead and throw that out. If you get the counter hit, you're going to get a pop-up.
You might not be a tournament player anymore. Like, that's obvious, right? But there is no one better at working the menu screens than you.
It's practice. Check out his throws.
Did you just grind menu working?
No, it just comes naturally.
Wow.
All right, so let's go over his special moves. That's kind of a taste of his normal attacks, which are, you really can't go wrong at mid-range. Another cool thing is those daggers, the snake daggers, he now uses them more. You can see he uses them, his hop attack, and combos and stuff.
Like when you start a match with Kotal, like right from this distance, like what are you thinking?
If you know that they're not going to do like a low attack, you can't go wrong with starting with forward 1. But then if you read that, you can do his down 4.
Ooh, that's good.
You could go for a jump in. You could go for his forward 2, which is on the slower side, but that's what complements the forward 1.
Gotcha.
So let's go over his special attacks.
Yep.
The key ones from MKX are back with new animations, and they're slightly different, but the core of them's back. Like, we talked about his daggers, his parry's back. He can hold it. If the opponent attacks, he'll absorb the attack.
And then have advantage.
And then he can have his advantage and go for a combo.
Yep.
The disc is back. It's super fast in this one. It does a lot of damage.
I love the effects of it breaking on the body.
Yeah, that looks super cool.
Really nice.
His Sunbeam is back. If he's standing in it, he actually gets life back.
Nice.
Then he has several new moves, which this is one of my favorites, the Saw move. It's a great combo ender, and it's just absolutely nasty looking.
There was something kind of in MKX where he went over and did a Saw. This lifts him straight up, which I think is awesome.
So this has a Crushing Blow. If the move hits as an anti-air and counter hits, which...
Oh, here we go.
There we go. A counter hit or a punish as an anti-air, you get a Crushing Blow, and he gets significantly more damage. And then he has this really... I love the effects here.
I was gonna say the effects are amazing
Like he's
on that.
opening up the ground.
Yeah, that's a hell of a ground pound. So those are his base moves, and I, as always, set up 3 loadouts. So let's go through that.
One of our lights popped off. That's great.
Even the lights are popping off.
We're live, pal.
We're popping off.
We'll fix that momentarily.
All right, so the first one I gave him is an amplified sun disk, where he uses a beam of light from the sun, which is canon here in Goro's Lair. You can see it on Goro's corpse, right?
He's just reflecting
And it's
it
a
off.
full screen beam attack.
That's probably why Goro died, is because he got burned.
A lack of sunlight?
Right.
Oh, he got
No,
burned or a lack of
I mean,
sunlight?
it's just sunlight right on him.
This is not a lore minute.
I do think it's nice to think that the prince died in his home. You
Oh,
know?
yeah.
Like, that's how I want to die.
He had a
like,
peaceful death.
in my chair, you know.
In your lair.
In my lair, right. My apartment, my lair.
My little Oni buddies around. Right.
Anyway, this loadout I based on totems. So he has 4 totems in total. You can equip 2 at a time. So I went with this one, which gives him a damage buff. So you can see, here's the damage on the string, 154. I have this bad boy out. It's doing 184.
Okay.
Now here's the new feature. So that's very similar to MKX, but we always try to advance things. You can actually now stack totems.
Stack them totems. How many can you stack?
You can stack up to 3 times, so let's look at the damage now. And,
Yep.
and that'll add each buff.
Wow.
You can also stack multiple totems. So, This totem is his blood absorb, the blood god totem, where every time he hits you, the blood gets absorbed in the totem. And when it times out, that'll actually go to Kotal's health. You'll see all the blood he's absorbing, and when it times out, he's going to get health back. So
But
you
you're
can
full
actually
health
do
right
it.
now, so
Yes,
yeah.
but so you can have this totem out, then a damage one, and then another damage one, or vice versa, or 3 of one. So he has 4 different totems you can choose from. For another one that I didn't equip, it's really cool. It buffs his regen his stamina regen. So if you're using meter burn attacks all the time, because why wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
He has significantly faster regen.
That's pretty awesome. And you said you can only have 2 of those out
Right.
at a time.
4 totems that you can choose from. You can have 2 that you choose, and then you can have 3 that you can stack, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. You can mix and match as you please.
Yep, and it just looks cool to stack the totems. Like, look at that.
Yeah.
The math was definitely confusing to me just then.
All right, so
Just
there are,
kidding. I get it.
all right, so let's go to a second loadout. I'm a huge fan of this one.
You're a fan of pretty much all of them, Steve.
This one I'm really into,
Oh, super fan. Gotcha.
because this is my cat loadout.
It looks so cool.
He turns into a jaguar, and he has this full screen lunging attack that goes into this awesome
And
thing.
it just eats your throat real quick.
Yeah, I mean, that's what cats do, right?
Yeah, it'll go straight for the jugular every time.
Then, we didn't see this in the trailer, he actually has an air one, where he does this party crasher move, turns into a cat, and then rolls away.
That's awesome.
And this is great for, you know, faking and jump-ins, or jumping over fireballs and punishing them. And then lastly, I gave him this sundial move, which controls the air, and when he amplifies it, he gets this big burst that'll knock the person down. You can do it as a combo ender, as a guaranteed anti-air if you read they're going to jump,
Sure.
and just to bring sunshine to the room.
Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet. I like that.
Maybe most important of all.
Yeah, I think so.
It's the friendships we made along
He's
the way.
a just and benevolent Khan in a way. Like, he's kind of a tyrant, but he's better than Shao Kahn.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
I think he would bring sun. I must bring sun to my Aztec.
What a compliment. He's better than Shao Kahn.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that is a compliment.
Yeah. All right, so what about one more loadout?
Sure.
Yeah.
This is your loadout.
Yes.
Ooh.
This is my skin that I use.
Okay.
Just previewing everyone. This is my skin.
Oh yeah.
Oh. What exactly is on his head?
That's a bear head.
A bear head.
That's a bear he personally killed.
Okay. Okay.
So, this loadout, the first thing I gave him was a different amplified discus throw, where he
Ooh.
actually literally does a discus throw. And you can actually do this up close, and it'll, the swing hits. So it's a good combo ender for damage, and it just looks funny. Then I gave him this pop-up attack, this sunlight uppercut, which is like one of his main combo starters.
it's kind of like it's towards 2 or whatever.
Yeah, it's
That's
very
right.
similar to Towards 2 in the last game. And then a command grab, which is so good.
This is the move. I mean, the amplified version of this move is so amazing.
So when he drinks blood, he gets a buff. You can see his tattoos are glowing, and that gives him a damage buff. He can stack it 3 times. Every time you do it, the tattoos are going to glow longer, and the buff lasts longer. Now you can see he'll be at max level. His tattoos are hella glowing, and now he gets this damage buff. And it lasts a pretty good amount of time. So the more command grabs you do, the more stronger you get. And he has tick throws, just like you'd expect. His down one.
Explain tick throws for those who don't know what that means.
The idea there is you're doing a normal attack that the opponent blocks, and you cancel into the command grab, and the opponent's still going to be blocking, and they'll actually get grabbed. So for example, with 4-3-4,
Yep.
with 4-3-4, it's an advancing 2-hitting string, so the opponent's going to want to keep blocking. You can go into that, and it'll actually go into the throw. So the opponent has to let go of block to like uppercut you or hop attack out, which means you can then go into doing the whole string.
Got it.
And this is another one that's really good. So those are my Kotal Kahn loadouts. I would say he's pretty similar to the flavor of MKX. Great range, the command grabs. His actually starts with an overhead, which is pretty rare. And remember earlier we were talking about how he has a really good advancing low, but he doesn't have a big overhead to complement it. When he's in Fatal Blow, he now does.
Now people have to watch out for the overhead.
Yep. And it's relatively quick.
No, Burke already moved from the camera.
He's moved to the camera.
Oh, that's fine.
Way
Awesome.
to go, Burke. Way to go, Burke.
It's too late, Burke.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Thanks,
Ruined
Bert.
the stream.
It's
Burke.
not Burke's fault, guys.
It is.
We never do
He
two in a
presses
row.
the buttons.
We never do 2 in a row.
Oh, okay.
Um,
It's unlike us.
So we're now going to do. I think it's now time to set up for a little
Lost
thing
Stop.
that we call little washed up warrior.
Washed up. Oh, yeah.
Is that the theme song for
guess.
it? That's metal.
That's what I'm going with.
So let's
Oh.
go to
I'm
character
good.
select real quick.
Okay.
Awesome. Probably do about try 2 matches again today.
Yeah.
I don't like having a winner or a loser for these, to be
Right.
honest.
Well, what if I just
There is
win
a
both
winner,
of them?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
Real quick, I did see a thing on Twitter, input window timing long and short. Can you explain that real quick?
Yeah, sure. So basically, if you just leave it at long, special moves will just feel the same as how they did in MKX, Injustice 2. The timing is the exact same. If you want that timing when you're walking around doing down pokes and whatnot to be just shorter than that, you
Right.
can lower that to either medium or short.
Like how long it count? Like let's say you duck for only a second. And then you go to back and you hit 1. Are you going to get a down back 1 move? It's
Got it.
how long that window is that it's counting your input for.
And real
Right.
quick, I also need to say, the openings, the character intros are not on for this build because we're trying to hide some of the different story stuff. They'll be back next week. We will say this: we will have some intros between these 2 characters on our Facebook and Twitter later this week. So we're not skipping through these. They're not turned on for these 2 characters right now.
Intentional.
Intentionally, yes. Thank you.
All right. So they're just going at it.
Yep, going
Yeah,
in.
we're just going in.
Oh,
Get burnt. Oh, there we go.
oh my! Good wake up from Steve there.
I don't know if this is a
Oh.
waste. I don't.
Yeah, so this
I
is
think it's
It's gonna be
fine.
some good damage.
this
Yeah.
is dangerous though.
Yeah, we'll see.
Now, right now, Steve's thinking, how do I finish this right now? When he did nothing. Oh!
Okay, all right.
I was a little late on that.
I was
Wow.
hoping he would not know I had the cat equipped, and that would catch him off guard. That's the meta. Oh, 2-party crashers. Oh, I went for the uppercut. I was mashing.
Ooh.
I don't want to admit it, but it's true.
First round, real tactical. Second round, some
Little
scrambles.
sloppy,
Some
little
scrambles
sloppy.
going on.
I'd expect more, but they are washed up.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Oh, he's avoided my tick throws by getting hit.
Didn't I say that the other day? Is that a way
Yeah,
out?
yeah. I mean, it's a valid way out.
Legit.
Oh, Aaron.
Can you finish him?
Her.
Her, pardon me. Yep. Her, of course.
God, that's tough.
And then Happy Skull.
Yeah.
Just when one brutal kick is just not enough.
Yep, yep.
Moving on. Let's do it again. Aaron Davis, let's talk about this.
All right, we need
Win.
a.
Let's get a W.
Oh, okay.
That's the game plan I got for you.
Nothing specific. Just get
Yeah,
the dub.
let's
Just get the dub. Just get the dub.